please give an applause to Utsav Shah from Kaaj. Utsav?
At Kaaj, we are simplifying equipment financing. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Utsav, co-founder and CEO of Kaaj. I've built a career in AI and data science working at companies like Uber, and I was building self-driving cars before this. My co-founder here, Shivi, she's worked with multiple banks and American Express as well, leading their credit and fraud risk verticals. The current lending processes are extremely archaic, manual, and really slow. It still takes days in order for us to close out equipment deals or equipment loans. We all know that time kills deals. The manual processes and doc shuffling, they just frustrates the borrowers, they drain our revenue, and they also frustrate our staff and waste a lot of hours. Hence, we built Kaaj. Kaaj is the credit intelligence platform that gets from an application to submission or a closed deal in 3 minutes instead of spending days right now. In our existing right now, we've already processed close to $2 billion of deals through our platform and on course to assess over $10 billion of deals through our platform. And we are already working with some of the most trusted brands in the industry. Now let's look at what the fuss is about and give you a quick demo of how Kaaj works. So for the brokers, dealers, and vendors in your network, or even your own sales rep, they can use this simple portal that we've built. In just 3 clicks, they can upload an application, they can upload then the invoice, and they can drop in all the other documents. For example, here it will just upload all of the bank statements. Now, we can also work with raw email, so you can just auto-trigger an email to us, and Kaaj will handle all of the other document classification, etc. Let's go behind the scene and see how Kaaj really works under the hood. Kaaj works on workflows. Now, each workflow or each application goes through multiple validation steps. These steps are tailored and specific to a particular lender. We work with the lenders in order to design this workflow. You as a lender have the power to also define where you want the dropout, what business rules to check in terms of dropout conditions, and where you want a human in the loop to take over control and look at some of the minor details or insights in the workflow. At the end of the workflow, the final outcome of this is a final scorecard, which tells you based on your credit matrix and your criteria, how many of them are actually getting checked box on this particular deal so that you can make a decision extremely quickly. Now, let me walk you through each of these individual steps and see how our AI models run through each of these steps particularly. First off, on application forms, we can work with any PDF, images, handwritten application forms. On the left-hand side is a parsed out information from our AI models that extracts the owner information, business information, equipment information if present on the form. The moment we figure out the business legal name, we are then running a thorough KYB report or Know Your Business report. First, we are extracting information from Secretary of State data in order to verify the time in business and the status of the entity, which is extremely critical for the underwriting as the first step. We are well connected with all the 50 states in the US in order to extract the SOS data. Then on our AI models go to Google and do hundreds of searches in order to extract all the fine-tuned details about a business. Whether the business has a website, is that a professionally built website or not? Do they have reviews or ratings? What are the other directories which are present for this particular business? What are the different social media accounts? Somebody was mentioning this yesterday as well, finding out their Facebook pages, Instagram pages, followers, etc. It goes a step beyond and analyzes all of this data in order to score what's the web presence strength of this business, whether it's low, moderate, or high, and why is it so? Next on, it also predicts the NIC score. This is extremely important to categorize the industry in order for you to understand your portfolio concentration and other risk factors that you can account in your credit models based on the industry. The entire report is available for a human to review with audit-ready and compliant-ready backlinks so that you can refer where this data is getting pulled from. Next on, we verify the address. Again, a super critical step that the lenders have to do right now in order to verify where the equipment is right now and verifying that the address is correct that's a industrial location and not a residential location, and the business sign is visible somewhere on the platform. Next, we analyze invoice very similarly. We can work with PDF, images, etc. in order to extract both the sender information and the receiver, so the vendor and the borrower, and run a KYB report across all of the parties involved. It also extracts some of the most critical information like vehicle or equipment information and breaks down the transaction into hard cost and soft cost. Next on, we pull the credit report. We are well integrated into all three bureaus, can pull any credit score, and go beyond the credit score as well in order to show you what are the negative factors about this credit report, and more importantly, automatically calculate the highest comparables, which is again a factor in order to determine what loan to give out and what should be the APR percentage. We can also pull some of the other reports such as PayNet and business credit report if we need be. Now for people who look at bank statements, we actually look at the bank statement analysis from the PDF files in order to understand what's the daily ending balances, what are the NSF transactions, what are the negative balance days, etc. And understand what are the true revenues for this business, and also understand what are the existing debt payments or loan payments that they're already making. In order to understand the loan payments or debt payments, we break it down into whether they have MCA positions, other equipment finance loans, other auto loans or credit card bills on their debt, so that you can get a better sense of their debt or the borrower's debt, existing debts, and understand your own lien position on it. The final outcome of this is, again, the workflow in order to understand, hey, this deal went through 11 steps. It failed on step 6 because it did not meet the NSF criteria. And why did we drop out? This is, again, very tailored to a particular lender. The final score here was a 6 by 11. Now, all of this analysis from start to finish happened under 3 minutes for every deal. So you can imagine that you can get 10x faster on every deal. Now, for the dealers and vendors in the house, what we do is we run the same algorithms on all of the lenders in your network to show what's the best fit lender for this particular deal. So it shows multiple lenders and the credit criteria that they have in order to understand where is the best house for this particular deal. You can also just go ahead and tap the submit button in order to submit deals in real time via their APIs or via email, so that you can fast track that submission process as well. So as you can see, Kaaj is an AI-driven platform that does from start to finish. It takes an application, all the documents inside, runs all of the analysis insights on top of that, grabs information from publicly available sources and the documents as well, in order to prepare the final credit report. So when a human underwriter comes in, they can just look at all of the analysis and make a decision extremely quickly. That was a presentation, and hope you find it useful. And yep.